All right. Hello, everybody. Hello. Thank you, everybody who's tuning in. I'm very excited for a fun, cool craft activity that we have planned for everyone today. We have a very special guest who's joining us, who's giving us his knowledge, his time, and his skills. And I think it's going to be really fun for anyone who's watching along at home and participating and learning in this activity with us today. All right, so for our activity today, we need 3 pieces of paper. Okay, we're going to be doing some paper folding. All right, or as some people call it, origami. All right, and we are honored to have a community proclaimed Origami Master with us. And without any further ado, it is my great honor to introduce our special guest, Mr. George.
Thank
Hey.
you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here. All right. So George, so we have our 3 pieces of paper for today, right? And I understand we're going to be doing some ripping, but if the ripping is going to be challenging, we can also use scissors as well, or scissors instead, rather, right?
That's right. Though for the first one, there's going to be no ripping, no cutting. It's just going to be straight on with a normal piece of printer paper.
All right. Well, George, let me turn it over to you. So tell us what we're going to be doing.
All right, so it's just going to be some simple folding for this one. So just start by taking this paper. I see you got it right there, Daniel. Now fold it over. So the long way. Line up the edges. So we're going to call these edges, and these are going to be corners. So make sure that it's corner to corner, edge to edge. And you're going to do a gentle initial fold, just squeezing it. And now, once you've seen that everything's aligned here, crease it with your nail. Okay, so looks like this. So I believe this is Hamburger. Now, you're going to fold it from here. You're going to have 2 pieces of paper now here. Fold this up here. And do the same thing. Make sure the corners and edges match up. All right, so now it's going to look like this. Now you're going to fold it back down, and you see this line right here that we just made? You're going to fold this corner to this new edge. Make sure that's as close as you can get. When it comes to origami, it's very important to be precise. And then you're going to do the same thing with this other side, only the top layer. All right, so now we have this. And now, along with that edge that we'd made before, we just fold it back up, and it's going to look like this. Now we flip it over and fold it in half. Make sure everything lines up, edge to edge, corner to corner. Again, creasing with your nail. Unfold it, and now we're going to do the same thing, but only on all 4 corners. If it doesn't perfectly line up here, it's no big deal. All right. Actually, here you could use either scissors or tear your paper. What you're going to do is fold these 2 edges together from here to here and just give it a little squeeze right here. And now you have this little notch here. So you're going to either tear or cut along that until you're about here. So a little bit, halfway, a little less, it's fine. And now this is going to open here. You have kind of a cup here. You're going to go as far as the crease lets you go and fold it down and it's gonna be a little angled. And so now you're going to repeat that for all four of these, or the three remaining rather. Okay, so that leaves us with something like this. So now you're going to grab it here and here and open it. There's going to be some parts in here that are kind of punched out. Just smooth everything out and then close it up. And now you have a bird beak. You can draw eyes on it, do whatever you want. Daniel, how's yours coming along?
Well, the thing about my bird beak here is that, yeah, it's coming along. I kind of lost you a couple of steps ago. I didn't want to pause you, but I got to this point. So, all right. Well, I'm still working on it, but that's okay. All right. That's okay. We can go on. We can move on. Finishing this one up.
All right. Give me 1 sec to get another piece of paper.
So if anyone's watching this video at home, you can always pause and go step by step. So I think I missed out on one step, and then I didn't want to pause you, but I do have some kind of something here that looks kind of cool. So I think I still created something nice.
All right, so now the next thing we're going to make, it's going to be this little jumping frog. I'm going to make it bigger, of course, so it's easier to see for everyone, but the smaller it is, the easier it jumps, and the thicker the paper, the easier it jumps. In the end, it's going to do this. So this one will require cutting or tearing. This one's going to be a little more precise. We're going to make a square out of a rectangle. So how do we do that? What we do is we fold this corner to this edge. It's going to make kind of a triangle with a long bottom. Make sure that when you're folding this, the corner is aligned and pointy. So again, make sure you squeeze it first and then finish off with your nail. So now from here to where the crease aligns, this is a square. So what we do now is we turn it over and pull this back, making sure to align this edge. So what we're doing here is we're making it easy to tear this bottom part off. And then what you're going to want to do is take it and flip it over and do the same thing. The more times you do this, the easier it will be to tear it. So now what you're going to do is gently pull apart at the edge. It'll come apart on its own usually. There you go. And then you just start pulling it very close to the crease. As close as you can get it. The closer you are, the better it will rip. And there we go. Perfect edge. So now to start the frog. You already have the first crease done from making your square. So now you're going to fold the corner the other way. Make sure that these points align. Same with these. And finishing off with your nail again. Now you're going to fold it twice, twice like a hot dog. So what we're going to have is this. Perfect. So now what you're going to want to do, just kind of recrease this part a little bit. And what we're going to want to do is squeeze on this line. What's going to happen is it's going to just come together like this on its own. So I'll show you that again. You start from here, you squeeze here and here, and then it'll go together like that. And the harder that you crease it, the easier it'll be to get it to that shape. So just kind of flatten it out so we can get it ready for the next part. Now what we're going to do is bring this corner up here, up to this point up top of the pyramid, and only on one layer, because there's 2 layers on each side. And it's going to follow that middle crease. Do the same thing on the other side. So we went from here to here. Now we're going to do the same thing, but like this, from this side. So this corner right here to the middle right there. And do the same thing on the other side. So we're going to have something like this, the 2 little legs here. Now we flip it over, and this one's a little trickier. We're going to take this corner and fold it like that. And we're going to be following this tip and this crease right here. Our goal is to get this part right here, this edge, to line up with that crease like we did on the other side. Then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Now we're going to take this leg and do pretty much the same thing we just did, but in reverse, but only with half of it. So we're folding it in half from this edge, lining up to this edge. And the same thing on the other side. Okay, so now we're mostly done. So here's what the next step is. Take these little legs here, pull them up, and then crease them down. Doesn't have to be a hard one because we want them to be sticking up. And then take this and fold it up until it touches the top of the legs. And now we have this frog's front legs. Next part, we're going to fold this up to about where his legs start and press down. Then we're going to pull it back. And we have a frog. So again, we pulled it up and bent it back. There's just a little triangle right here. And now you just, to make a jump, you pull back on it. And it'll jump. Be careful not to make this part too long, otherwise you'll get caught on it.
Hey, check it out.
Look at you.
Made
What
a
a nice frog. Can it jump?
Yeah, it's jumping. It's jumping. Whoa, jumping all over. Whoa.
Nice. Okay, and now the last one for tonight. You ready for it?
I'm ready. I'm ready. These are awesome. I'm having a lot of fun, actually. This is really nice. Really cool.
All right, so the same thing, we have to make another square. So I already had pre-made one. Daniel, do you have a square ready?
All right. Yep, my square is ready.
Okay, great. So this one's going to be a little bit more complicated, but I will walk you through every step. So, same way we started before. Crease here, 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 and here. So bring the corners together. All right. Bring the edges together. Bring the other edges together. Now, if you remember last time, what we did is we squeezed up here. This time we're squeezing on these. So what we have to do is kind of squeeze here, here, and flip it over, here, and here. And these are going to come together for us the same way the other one did, only this time we're going to end up with a square. Make sure everything is firmly down. And there we go. It's going to look like a square like this. Perfect. Now, what we're going to do is take the first edge, and we're going to do this for every one of them. We're going to take this and bring it to that middle crease. So it's going to look something like this. Then we're going to flip it over and do the same thing. Now we're going to have this. Now, what we're going to do for both sides, this is a little bit tricky. So you open up one half of it. Keep the other half folded like that. Push this in along where these creases are, to the center. It should go pretty much by itself if you've creased it hard enough. And you're going to do that with the other side of it too. And it's going to look like this. So close that back up and do the same thing on the other side. So it's going to be the same on both sides. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take these parts and just open them both up. So now you have it long with two little legs and these two little wings here. So now we're going to open it on this side and on the other side. And we're going to have this. How are we doing, Daniel? Okay, so.
All right, wait. So I'm here.
Let me see. Oh, wow. Okay, let's see.
So I got my two legs in here.
Perfect. Okay, great. So now, so you're here.
Yeah.
So fold both of those up.
Okay, I'm back with you.
All right, you're with me? Great. Now, open up the sides. You're going to rotate it and open it up here and here. So it was here, now it's here. Okay, now we're going to put this up. And we're going to open this one up too. So now it's like a triangle with a lot of layers. Now, what we're going to do is pull this back a bit and squeeze it, and then pull this back and squeeze it. Now, what I like to do is fold this part down a little bit and just see which part's loose. So it looks like this side's loose because I can feel that if I pull this too hard, it'll rip the paper. So I bend this down a little further and then squeeze it. Then you want to fold down the wings. Not too hard, just, get them out. And then we're going to do this. And take the head, you're going to fold this part down a little bit. And so that's going to look like this. So we went from here to here. Then you're going to close it, whatever angle you want, and squeeze. And now we have a bird. So if you pull its tail, its wings flap.
Bird.
Hey.
Wings flap.
Exactly. It's okay, Daniel. You can go back and pause the video.
I will have to. It's a little hard if I miss a step because I don't want to pause you. But I was close on this bird. See, the wings are flapping. The wings are still flapping with me.
Of course. And now as a bonus, if you are more advanced, here's what you can do. Take this triangle up here and fold it down and crease it. Now what we're going to do is unfold it a good bit. Ensuring that nothing rips. So get it back down to here, open it up, and now we have this triangle, or this square right here in the middle. So we're going to take this square and squeeze around it. And then push into it. So now we have this square sitting here comfortably. And then you just squeeze it on all sides, and then it disappears. So now we go back to the bird. And just like that, it's gone. Then what we can do is we can unfold this and give it 2 folds. One here and one here. Open it up and close it like that. And then the head's on top. And then we do the same thing with the beak. And now it has a more realistic bird's head. And as a bonus, it still flaps.
Oh, look at this.
Hey, look at that. Look at you.
Still made it fly. Still made it work.
Of course. And now, origami from here on is freeform. You can really, if you're feeling creative, you can do whatever you want. You can thin out the neck, you could curl the wings, you can do whatever you want, and it'll still work.
Yeah, it's very cool. It's a very very neat way to just practice using your hands and, you know, following the patterns, following the directions of figuring out how to fold it, where to fold it, and just kind of taking your time to, you know, be accurate and precise in every fold to, you know, at the end make it all come together, you know, so beautifully and perfectly.
And the best part is anyone can do it.
All right.
You start with this. You might end up one day with this.
Ooh, we'll have to get you back here. We'll have to get you back here another time to show us how to do that one. A little bit more of a challenge.
Looking forward to it.
All right, George. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your help.
Thanks again for having me.
Yes, everybody at home, let's give George a nice round of applause. Yeah. All right, George. Thank you. We'll have to see you again another time.
Looking forward to it.
All right, everybody. And everybody at home, you can send in some pictures of your origami pieces, right? My email address is in the about of the YouTube channel. So you could go ahead and send in some pictures. I'd love to see, and I'll share it with George how everyone's origami at home came out. All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed.